Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm gonna do a first impression let's play review of a game called Survive the Fall. Unfortunately, when you alt tab in this game, the music completely falls away. But yeah, that's just how it is with some games, unfortunately. And in some games, there's a way how you can turn that on or off, so you can just in a lot of games select uh, what's the thing, uh, mute audio when focus lost, but not in this game, unfortunately. In this game there's no such option, unfortunately. But yeah, and anyway, uh, the game releases in about a week. The developers were nice enough to send me a code for the game before the game actually releases. So today we're just going to check out the game. I'm going to do a first impression, a let's play review. If I can just talk fucking normally today. And I don't have a price for the game yet. As I say, the game isn't released as of me doing this recording, so I can't really speak on a price for the game. So I'm basically just going to have to make my decision on whether or not to recommend the game on a ballpark amount. I mean, obviously the game probably won't cost something like $50, but it probably won't cost $10 either. So it will probably be somewhere in the middle. And obviously, the price of the game very much depends or influences the recommendation, because if a game is bad, then I might still recommend it for $10, but if a game is bad, then I definitely won't recommend it for $60. So the price very much does come into my choice, into my uh, recommendation of the game. So we will basically work on the assumption that the game should cost around $25 more or less. So yeah, in anyway, today I'm gonna play the game for an hour or more until I'm satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full 1 hour or more of the um, video, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a timestamp in the description below, and you can just jump to that timestamp if you only want to hear my quick, concise, final opinion on the game and whether or not I can recommend the game. But otherwise, if you're not in such a hurry, you can just stay tuned and I will be playing through the game and I will be giving my running commentary and I will be telling you what I think is good and bad about the game as I play through the game today. Um, it should also be mentioned that my reviews do contain swearing very often, so if you don't like that kind of thing, probably don't watch the video and probably just unsubscribe. So yeah, let's look at the options. As I already said, there's no way to make it so that the audio is not muted when you alt tab. So unfortunately, when you alt tab, the audio of the game is muted, and that's not good. I don't see any real issues here. The game right now in the menu is pulling 320 watts of power from my RTX 3080. So the game right now is pulling pretty much more than what Cyberpunk 2077 pulls at 2K resolution. Like, it's really quite impressive how fucking uh, um, graphically intensive this game is in just the menu. I mean, pulling 320 watts in the menu is really insane, and that's not a good thing. I don't think the developers should allow any developers should allow their game to pull 320 watts in the bloody menu. Rather, the background should just be a pre-rendered um, video file. So like they can render the video file at 4K resolution, and then it will actually look better than what it looks right now on my computer at 2K resolution, and it won't be so taxing on the computer of the player, you know. So I don't think it's a good thing that the game is pulling 320 watts in the menu right now. Otherwise than that, I don't see any real issues. Everything looks more or less okay. There's no dual key bindings. I would like to see dual key bindings in the settings menu. But yeah, nothing too terrible. It's just really the audio focus thing that I would have liked to see added. And then the game also doesn't support any kind of upscaling or downscaling, so anything like DLSS, FSR, or XESS is not available in the game at all. So yeah, with that being said, we can jump into the game. So normal, this is something that I really like. A lot of games will say easy, normal and hard, but they won't actually tell you what is changing. In this game they actually show you exactly what is changing. So 20% enemy damage decrease, 20% team damage increase. So you can see exactly what is changing. That is something that I very much like. I like that very much. So bigger inventory. I don't like being limited on inventory, to be honest. Hunger and stuff like that I also don't like. Let's turn down the scavenging and the survival to easy. I don't like survival mechanics like this. In fact, it would be nice if you could completely disable it, and then the same with the inventory. If you could make your character inventory essentially infinite, then that would be good as well. That's something that I would definitely take, because I don't like doing unnecessary inventory management. So yeah, we're gonna play the game on normal except for the survival and the scavenging. Begin. We will see how the game's performance is once we're actually in the game. It can't be worse than the menu, hopefully.
The world we knew ceased to exist.
Oh, but the game uses those still animated cinematics, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's very lazy, honestly.
Came the mist, and with it came stasis. Shroomers are those who embrace stasis, drawing from its powers, a symbiosis of the unknown and man. A new breed is born. Those who call themselves the Sighted have forsaken the old laws. Madness drives their deeds. Some seek refuge in graveyard cities. Others find only death among the ashes. In these harsh times, everything you desire can be obtained for a steep price. Materials, resources, or lives can be given or taken. In the fallen world, a community of avant-garde nomads still crave any bits of joy, constantly wandering the wastes back and forth. There are finally those who wish to stay away from prying.
That guy is a fucking submarine.
Always vigilant and carefully planning their next move. Mystery surrounds their actions. And there is you. United together against it all.
Okay, and the game doesn't have voice acting, unfortunately. That's another mark against the game already. I'm not gonna read. I don't like reading. So we're just gonna skip through these. The game also uses these still portraits, which is also pretty lazy, honestly. It's sad to see that the game already uses several lazy game design decisions. So I'm just checking the performance. The game is still pulling 320 watts of power, and then it's hovering around 90% GPU usage, which is pretty brutal. So I'm just gonna have to turn that down a little bit, because that's a little bit brutal. Wow, that actually makes a big difference. Look at that, it's a massive difference. How the hell can shadows make such a huge difference? I mean, normally shadows have a big performance impact, but not such a big graphical impact. That's more than just fucking shadows, I can tell you that much. Okay, so that should be a little bit better with regards to performance. Okay, invisible wall over there. So the game controls like an ARPG. Like exactly like an ARPG. Well, an ARPG with WASD controls, basically. Your team automatically detects interesting places and objects around. Move your character closer to an object. And point your flashlight at it to reveal available actions. Harvest food. So who should harvest the food? Is there a difference? Do different people have different skills? Yeah, so there are different skills apparently. But it's just that over there, it seems. So they don't actually have like skills. It's just like basically very basic passives that they have. It doesn't seem that there are any actual skills. So I wonder, like, is there no leveling up or anything like that in the game? No leveling system, no skill system, no passive talent tree system, nothing like that. Because that's quite disappointing if that is the case. Hold dedicated button to talk to the base. What? T? That looks like poisonous gas over there. We're not gonna go in there. Pickaxe. Do any of my guys have a pickaxe? Oh, and the stuff also has durability. Not a huge fan of that. Okay, that guy's a mace. Which I'm assuming is not the same as a pickaxe. Okay, that's stupid. So if you want to harvest something, you have to have that exact dude selected. And then you have to press tab until you have swapped to that specific guy. That's really stupid, actually. That is completely unnecessary. You don't have to do all of the tasks yourself. You have companions to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I already figured that out. Why do you tell me a tutorial for something that I've already completed and that you know I've already completed? Torch not available. Some objects require the use of melee tools to interact with them. Your companion Zack is currently equipped with an axe. Allows him to cut down the fallen tree. Blah 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 blah. So it's stupid that you can't assign these to the other guys. Also, why is that guy just standing there? Like, look, I'm running around and he's just standing there. Why is he just standing there? Okay, here he comes now. And then we run over here again. Why was he just standing there? That's fucking stupid. I'm not even reading what these guys are saying. They're constantly babbling, but I'm not gonna read what they say. Each character has their talents. Zack is a skilled scavenger, Dan is a hunter, Spencer is a soldier. All characters have the ability to detect tracers in the environment, which can be useful when completing quests. Hold X. Okay, I'm holding X. Oh no, it's not hold X, it's press X. So you just press X instead of holding it. Why did they say hold it then? Well, there's clearly something behind there. How do you get past there? Oh, and you have stamina. Why do you have stamina outside of combat? That's fucking stupid. You shouldn't have stamina outside of combat. In combat, that's fine, but not outside of combat. Now I have to switch to the other fucking guy again. So stupid. I'm not liking that mechanic in the slightest. The game is also hitting 95 to 100% GPU usage again, so I have to turn down the graphics even more apparently. No, still not enough. Still not enough. That's a little bit better. A game that looks like this really should not be hitting 100% GPU usage. I mean, we're running it at 2K resolution. We're not even running it at like 4K or anything like that. This game literally is performing worse than Cyberpunk 2077, and obviously it doesn't look anywhere close to as good as Cyberpunk does. Press dedicated button to use tracking. Yeah, I already did that. So how do we get over there? Oh, that torch. We have to use a torch over there, which we don't have right now. Okay, and we don't have a rope. Now I have to fucking switch again. Completely unnecessarily. I have to switch again. Completely unnecessarily. I have to switch again. Completely unnecessarily. That's so fucking stupid, honestly. How the developers thought that would be a good mechanic. I just have no idea. So far this game is just a whole lot of looting. Just running around and looting. Why didn't you loot that? That's the first time that I told someone to do something and they didn't do it. That's where these animals then... okay, never mind, I couldn't even read finished. That's exactly why I'm not even bothering reading the shit, because if the developers can't be bothered to add some voice lines to the game, then why would the player bother if the developers didn't even bother trying to make the story a little bit better? I've said this before, but honestly, in my opinion, in these days, 2025, there's no real reason why all games can't have voice acting, because GI, generative intelligence, voice acting has become so good that it's like indiscernible from a real person talking. And I use the example of the one World of Warcraft mod that is available that adds GI voiceovers to all of the quests in World of Warcraft, and the voice acting is incredibly good. So really there's no reason why even a small indie studio can't have voice acting in their game, unless their name is Blizzard Entertainment, which, as we all know, they simply do not have the funds or the employees to add voice acting to their small indie game, which is called World of Warcraft. We all know that, of course. Which is why after 20 years their game still doesn't have voice acting. Okay, so let's talk. Blah 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 blah. Click click click. Okay, there's a thing over there that wasn't there previously. Just appeared out of nowhere. The map you just found shows the area before the collapse. As you travel, you will slowly discover what the indicated area looks like. Markers will appear on the map pointing to points of interest. You can move between them, some using the fast travel function. Yeah, so torch, 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 rope. This place is poison, so I can't go over there. So where do I have to go? Follow the tracks. Okay, well this wasn't here before either. Every non-player character has a cone of vision. They will notice your presence if you remain in the cone of sight. Crouching makes it less likely for your characters to be seen or heard. See. Hold down the aim button and point your weapon crosshairs at the target. Right click, left click. You can hold the left click to target enemy weak spots. Hold the left click, you said. How do you do that exactly? Hold left click. Okay, so you just hold left click and then it automatically will target the weak spot, which in that case was the head. Your active character focuses automatically on the closest enemies. During combat, you can activate tactical pause. For example, to attack selected enemies with a melee weapon or ranged weapon. Control, tactical pause, blah blah blah. How the hell did they see us? That's bullshit. How did they see us? We were crouched in the grass. That's bullshit. Okay, stealth assassinations, but like I didn't even get a chance to do that. Why aren't you reloading the gun? I'm pressing R. How do you reload a gun? Holy shit, there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do you reload the gun? Like I'm pressing R, which you would assume would reload the gun, but apparently not. After successful assassination, it's best to hide body of humanoid enemies. If they ever found one, use gadgets like rocks to distract them. Oh, so you actually bury you bury the fucking body. But can't you loot the bodies? Like I would like to loot them. Yeah, he's gonna see the body. Why the hell didn't he assassinate that guy? During a fight, you can perform dodges to avoid enemies, space, or double space. Okay? Would have been cool if you told us that while we were fighting or before we were fighting, but anyway. Can't you jump? Ugh, that's a pain in the nutsack. So you can't even jump over tiny little obstacles like that. Okay, the guy didn't even catch on fire, he simply died. Why is there lag during a cinematic? That girl ran like a girl. And the doors clipped through each other, that's fantastic. In camp, you can give direct orders to each of your survivors. Double-clicking on a location will send the selected active settler there. Why can't I even click on the construct buildings thing? Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Assign tasks, blah blah blah. Yeah, I already figured that out, thank you very much. Diamond icons represent survivor interactions. Assign any survivor by clicking the icon. Clicking again will cancel the scheduled interaction. Performing each interaction is usually associated with a specific sequence of actions. Blah blah blah, I don't care. Survivors will get tired and hungry. Blah blah blah. Dan is not injured. That one is injured, okay. Salvage resources from destroyed buildings by sending survivors directly to them. In the future, you will be able to gain resources with specialized buildings like scavenger stations for food, blah blah blah. It says my Materials are full. If all, I can't read there. Busy with tasks, you can speed up. Blah blah blah. I just pressed F9 by accident, which I'm assuming is quick save or quick load or something. Let's just disable that. Okay, you can't disable that. So there are some keys in this game that you can't rebind. That's super fantastic. You can rebind F1 and F2, but not F9 or F5. That makes a lot of sense. It says my inventory is full over here, but I can't do anything about that. Broken structures block you from interacting with them. To restore structure to working order, you need to perform repair interaction on that structure. Once completed, the room's health points will be restored. To craft an item, select the crafting interaction in the workshop. Choose a survivor. Click craft. So we obviously want a pickaxe because we needed that previously. Okay, but I can't craft it for some reason. Why can't I craft it? Oh, craft 5 planks. Holy crap, that takes a long time. And I'm running the game at full speed already. And it still takes like a minute. To construct new buildings, manage existing ones, use build mode. You can activate it with a button at the lower right corner, B. Before building a new room, you need a building frame. Frames are foundations that provide slots for related rooms. To create one, select it at the bottom panel. Okay, what? Shelter? Shelter. Can we build another one? Well, we only need one, I'm assuming. Allows for building structures for food processing and settler needs. I don't know, I guess we only need one. So otherwise than that, you have a lab, chemical lab, medical station, herb patch, stasis lab. You have a bunch of these ones. We can actually build a workshop. Workbench. But isn't this one a workshop? What's this one? Workbench. A basic workshop. Okay, so yeah, that is a workshop, I'm assuming. So we don't need to build another one. And then we can't build anything else. And now there's not anything else that we can harvest, so our dudes are just standing idly waiting for this thing to be built. We can't even go help this guy. Like, I would expect you to be able to assign more than one villager to a specific task, but nope, you can't do that. So now your dudes are just getting more hungry, more tired, while they wait for that one guy to do whatever he needs to do. To build a room, you must have appropriate frame. Okay, social room. Now once again we have to wait for this one guy to build it finished. To keep survivors healthy, tend to their needs. Basic necessities can be met using raw ingredients next to a campfire, but advanced needs require specialized rooms. Set hunger threshold. Blah, blah, blah. Research interaction is used to study blah blah blah. And then we have to wait even more. This game is a shitload of waiting, to be honest. I don't like the fact that you need to wait. Like, is this a mobile game or what's going on? The tech tree is used to unlock new projects after opening it, either with interaction icon or archive. Pressing... What, that one? You see, like that, instant. There's nothing wrong with making it instant. Everything in your fucking game doesn't need to be a wait period. Starting now, you will have limited time to perform actions in the camp. Current time is shown in the time widget in the upper right corner. When evening falls, it will be a good time to meet settlers' needs, finalize their day's tasks. Okay, like what? Canteen. Okay, we have 0 technology. We need a pickaxe. Oh, and you can only craft one thing at a time as well. That's really irritating. So you can't even like craft wood planks and a pickaxe. Now we just wait. Okay, that guy's done sleeping. So what are we supposed to do next? How do you go on a expedition? End the day. Okay, so we can end the day over there. Would be nice if they told us that we can do that, but I guess some stuff you have to figure out on your own, even though we are still very much in the tutorial phase, because they didn't even tell us how to end the day yet, so they need to do that. Yeah, a shitload of this game is just waiting around. Everything just takes time. Even at maximum speed, this thing will take like 2 minutes almost. Okay, Baba is actually the one who should be doing that one. Can we build another building? No. When the daytime is up, the night planning screen will appear. You must select which survivors will embark on expedition and who will rest. Once you have selected your expedition members, the next step is to select the appropriate equipment. You can also manually end the day by end day. Yeah, that already is something that I figured out. Clipping through the environment, very nice. Looks like this guy's throwing a tantrum over here almost. He's punching the ground. Once again, we just wait. I don't see anything else that I can harvest. Your character gained contamination status from contact with stasis. Build sanitary facility in camp to keep character clean from stasis and remove stasis sources from camp. The craft stasis related items and remedies use stasis lab. Okay, so which character? It was this one. Okay, so he has stasis now. Is it because he's... Oh, it's because he's over there, I guess. Okay, so that's probably not good. So if you cancel that... Interrupt. It would have been super fantastic if they told us about the stasis before we did something like that. That would have been super fantastic. But I guess that's asking too much. So you can go sleep again, basically. Now once again we just wait. Day has ended. Okay, now we have to select who has to go on an expedition. You can only select 2 people. Or can you select more? No, you can only select 2. It says you need at least 2, but you can only select 2. Where do we want to go? Oh, we can't go over there. Okay. So what, so obviously we want that one. We want the machete. But now the issue is if you only have 2 people going out, then like you can only take a machete and a pickaxe, or a axe and a machete, or whatever. So you can only take two specific things, which means you are absolutely going to encounter things that you can't interact with, you know. They're like, if you don't have a pickaxe, then you can't do anything, you know, you can't mine the thing, you know. So that'll be pretty stupid. Where's my other gun? Why do I only have 2 guns? I only have two pieces of armor and 2 guns and 3 melee weapons. That's stupid. What about the clothes that the guys are already wearing? That's not making any sense. But okay, I guess that's that then. Okay, the game froze. Are you gonna unfreeze it all? Nope, that's a crash. Okay, so we got the Unreal Engine 4 crash report. So the game crashed. Super fantastic. Hopefully the game saved. Okay, I'm just starting the game up again. Okay, there we go. Continue. Okay, so we are very lucky that the game crashed literally when we got a autosave. Can we loot stuff again? Okay, so the map is a little bit different this time. Different resources and stuff. Why can't I pick up the fibers that's over there? Yeah, I can't access that over there at all. You see, now we don't have anyone with the axe. So we're just gonna lose out on those resources, I guess. It's really stupid that you can't, like, obviously carry more than one weapon with you, you know? I mean, in the reality, you can easily carry like an axe and a machete, or a machete and a pickaxe, you know? But apparently not in this game. Once again, another one that we can't harvest. Then we have to switch again. Yeah, honestly, guys, I don't even need to play any more of the game. I can pretty confidently say that none of the past, whatever, little bit more than an hour that we've played the game has been fun or enjoyable. You can also see that there's various glitches in the game, so if I tell that guy to go collect that stuff over there, he doesn't do it. He just stands there because the characters can actually block each other. So I'm telling him to go do it, it will be done. No, it fucking won't, because you will stand right there. So that's the second bug that we've seen in the game so far. And yeah, like I say, the game is just not fun. It's just not enjoyable experience, really. There's a lot of unnecessarily obtuse things, such as this, where you can't just tell the dude to go do this. You have to switch to him. By the way, why the fuck are you standing here? You're supposed to be following me, so come over here. That's the third glitch that we've seen. And then you have to swap to this guy, and then you have to do this. So, just really unnecessary swapping of characters constantly. We can shoot that thing over there, apparently. Why? Where's my bullets? Bullets? So I took a gun that's completely unloaded. I took an unloaded gun. That's super fantastic. The tutorial didn't even tell us anything regarding having to manually load your guns. So that's fucking stupid. So I won't be able to open that thing at all. I mean, the tutorial has been pretty terrible multiple times already, but that really takes the cake. Yeah, just really stupid. The tutorial is not good already, with multiple things that they have omitted and not explained to the to the player. The game also runs really badly. The game doesn't look nice, and yet it pulls 320 watts of power, which is more than what Cyberpunk 2077 pulls at 2K resolution, and obviously this game doesn't look anywhere nearly as nice as that. So yeah, I just also don't like the core game loop. There's too much waiting around, not doing anything. Once again, we are stuck. Our character is not going to do anything because it's stuck. Honestly, you're constantly encountering bugs like that. There, I did tell this dude to harvest this, and yet he just completely ignored me. So I'm gonna tell him again to do that. So yeah, just multiple bugs constantly. Now we need lockpicks, but obviously we didn't take lockpicks with us because we didn't realize that you need to actually load literally everything onto your character, including bullets, manually. You need to do everything manually. So it's just another really unnecessarily laborious and grueling and tedious mechanic that isn't explained to the character at all. Why can't I sprint? I'm pressing the sprint button, but I'm not sprinting. Let's try with this guy. And this guy's... Oh, there we go. Now we're sprinting. So why weren't we sprinting earlier? Yeah, now we're sprinting. That's really stupid. I pressed sprint like multiple times, but the guy just didn't want to sprint. Okay, we can't loot that either. So yeah, honestly, as I said at the beginning, if a game is bad, then I might still recommend it if it's $10. But if a game is bad and it costs whatever, $50, $60, then I definitely won't recommend it. But there are the few cases where a game is so bad that I can't give my recommendation even if the game is like $5 or even if a game is free. And I'm sad to say that this game is one of those games. There's not a lot of games that I have that opinion on, but honestly, with this game, it's just not fun. None of the past hour and a half that I've played the game has been fun, honestly. I don't know what the developers can do to make it fun, but honestly, they will need to make such big changes. They need to remove all of the waiting in the game. They need to remove all of the obtuseness and unnecessarily tedious mechanics from the game. They need to fix all of the bugs, the multiple bugs that we've already seen, and they need to massively improve the performance of the game as well. Yeah, they basically need to redesign the entire fucking game, which, yeah, they're probably not going to be able to do anytime soon, and the game releases in like a week. So yeah, basically, thanks to the developers for sending me a key for the game, but honestly, this is just one that I can't recommend, honestly. If you're looking for a game kind of similar to this, there's not really that many games like this. There's the one... I mean, you could look at State of Decay, basically. Like, State of Decay is very much like this game, but State of Decay is a third person, like this game is third person, but it's top-down third person. State of Decay is third person, and I believe it also has a first person option, State of Decay. So you could look at something like State of Decay, I guess. Um, there's another one, I forgot the name. Dysmantle. Dysmantle you could look at. Let me see. I think I have Dysmantle in my library. So let me show you guys over here quickly. Uh, do, do, do. One second. So this is the game. As you see, it's not yet released. It releases 22 May in 9 days. Um, Dismantle. Dismantle. Yes, I do have Dismantle. So even though I didn't recommend the game, you can read my review if you want to. This game is a game that I could maybe recommend. I hope they improved the game since the last time that I played the game, but this game is third person top down, and you don't have a party, you just have a single character, but you run around, you loot stuff, you harvest stuff, you kill zombies and stuff like that. It's basically exactly the same as this game, except it's actually bordering on worth the money. It's not a terrible game, it's just I couldn't recommend it. But let's see what I said more than 2 years ago. You can see my review here, almost 3 years ago, basically. And the inventory system, oh yeah, I remember in this game, the inventory system was absolutely fucking terrible. I hope that they fixed that by now, but I highly doubt that they fixed that because, as I explain over here, you can fill up your inventory in this game by literally just carrying 13 items. So literally, you pick up 13 items like you can pick up a cup, a piece of paper, a light bulb, a piece of metal, a piece of wood, a piece of plastic, a piece of rope, like literally 13 pieces like that, and then your inventory is full. Then you have to go back to the base. So the inventory in this game was fucking terrible. But that's like 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, so I wonder if they have fixed that yet. It doesn't look like it, so this right here is exactly what I'm talking about. You can have one mushroom, one carrot, one lettuce, one fish, one wood, one leaf, one plastic, one bolt, one piece of metal, one bullet, one cloth, and one potato. Then your inventory is full. You can't pick up anything else. And that is a fucking terrible inventory system. So if they haven't fixed this inventory system yet, then I probably can't recommend this game. Another game that is good, well, this game isn't good, but a game that is good, not another game that is good, is Lens Island. This is a game that I can very much recommend. The developer actually said that they are releasing this game soon. So this game should actually, you see the release date is already June 19th, which is pretty soon. So this game is a game that I can definitely recommend if the screenshots just want to fucking load. Um, but yeah, this is also a third person top-down um, game, and you run around and you loot stuff, and there's crafting and there's combat. The fucking uh, screenshots doesn't want to load now. But yeah, this is actually a good game. This is a game that I can actually recommend. I can't recommend Dysmantle really, but this game is good. I can definitely recommend this game. And then another game, as I said, State of Decay. Oh, they're busy working on State of Decay 3. That's interesting. So State of Decay 2 is pretty good. It's a pretty good game. Um, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. and this is a third-person game, as I've described. And you also run around. You have a party of people. You're not solo. You have a party, and you run around. You loot buildings. You kill zombies. Basically the same as what you do in this game. And it's a pretty good game. It's a game that I can recommend if you can get it on sale. I think the game actually costs something crazy like $50 or something like that. But if you can get it on sale, then definitely it's a game that I can definitely recommend. So yeah, those are games that I can recommend. Some of them I can only recommend tentatively. Some of them I can really recommend. But yeah, this game survived the fall. Unfortunately, I cannot recommend in the slightest. The developers need to make a lot of changes before I can recommend the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, if you want to allow me and enable me to do more reviews for you guys, to purchase more games and do more reviews, then your support on patreon.com/LFP would be very much appreciated. It directly allows me to purchase more games and do more reviews for you guys. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.